everyone, this is Augie Doodle, and I am back on the 20th anniversary timeline series for Sonic the Hedgehog. Sorry about the delay, folks. There was a lot of schoolwork involved, and now that it's summer, I can get back to work. Sega! 1994 marked the biggest year for Sonic Genesis games with the release of Sonic 3 in February, and the Sonic & Knuckles Lock-On cartridge in October, in which you could play as both Sonic and Knuckles. These two games were originally designed to be one full game, and they could be combined into Sonic 3 and Knuckles. While both games could be played as standalone, combining both cartridges together like shown produced Sonic 3 and Knuckles. The Sonic 3 cartridge also had battery-backed memory, which meant that you could save your game and resume from the beginning of a zone, and when you completed the game, begin the game from any zone. The game takes place immediately after the events of Sonic 2, in which the Death Egg had crash-landed onto Angel Island. But as soon as Sonic arrived on the island, Knuckles makes his franchise debut and takes all Sonic's Chaos Emeralds. So we're going to have to collect all those again. This Sonic game with the updated graphics was the very first Sonic game I actually played. I played the PC version. The graphics of this game are incredibly detailed here in Angel Island zones. A lot of the elements that you found in the previous games are found in here, as well as a few new surprises as well, such as those swinging vines. The game also added several new shields for Sonic to use, including fire, a water shield, and an electricity shield that attracted rings. It really expanded the franchise. Oh, and the game is so big that every single act had its own boss. For all the Tails fans back there, this was a big moment because you could finally play as Tails and fly in the air using his two tails. Previously, Tails only flew when he was a computer character, but now, this is really my favorite feature of the game right here. Tails flying, making the game a little easier for him. Sadly though, Tails' flying ability was kinda limited as he could get tired, and Tails would not make an appearance in the Sonic & Knuckles game unless you combine both Sonic 3 and Knuckles together. You can play as Knuckles in the Sonic & Knuckles game and in the Sonic 3 levels when you combine both games. Knuckles is 15 years old in this game, and he has the ability to glide and climb up walls. Oh, and he can take alternate paths that Sonic is unable to take, which actually made Knuckles' part of the game a bit harder. There are all sorts of environments in this game. This is Mushroom Hill, and you also have the usual mechanical levels, a snow level, a casino level with the dreaded red drum, even a level in the lava and rocks. Here's a look at the beginning of the snow level, which showed Sonic for the first time using a snowboard. And this is Sky's Sanctuary, which is one of the last areas that you go to in the Sonic & Knuckles portion of the game. This area quickly became a fan favorite as it later became featured in Mario and Sonic in the Olympic Games. Angel Island Zone's music also got a special remix specifically for Super Smash Bros. Brawl. The special stages in this game involved finding big rings in the levels, and then collecting the blue spheres without touching the red ones. When you combine both games together, there are 7 Chaos Emeralds and 7 Super Emeralds. The Super Emeralds were more powerful than the Chaos Emeralds and only made their appearance in the Sonic 3 and Knuckles. The game also had bonus stages that you could access by jumping into the Ring of Light when having 50 rings. There were 3 bonus stages that you could access when you combined all 3 games. This one is a combination of the Sonic 1 special stage and Sonic 2 slot machines. There was also one involving energy balls that you had to spin up and jump off of, as well as a one in which you had to jump off the sides of a wall to rotate a gumball machine crank and collect gumballs. For me, this has been my personal favorite game in the Genesis era. It is very long, it's very fun, difficult at times. Tails got the ability to fly. You could still play with him on his own before things change later. And Knuckles also added a great element to the game. Plus, with its story surrounding Eggman and his Death Egg, this was truly the best Genesis game for Sonic ever released. I give this game 5 tails out of 5. Game is rated E for everyone. Hooking up Sonic 2 to Sonic and Knuckles got you Knuckles in Sonic 2. And hooking up Sonic 1 to Sonic and Knuckles got you lots of Blue Spear special stages. 2 Game Gear games were released for the Sonic games in 1994. The first was Sonic the Hedgehog. The game's plot involved Knuckles having stolen 5 of the Chaos Emeralds, being tricked by Eggman again, who stole a 6th emerald. And you play as either Sonic or Tails in this game, just like you did in Sonic Chaos. Though you don't see him in this video, Knack the Weasel, known as Fang the Sniper, also makes his first appearance in this game. Other than those differences, the game pretty much functioned the same as it did in Sonic Chaos and other Sonic Game Gear games. The other game to release on Game Gear only released in Japan, and that was Sonic Drift, a racing game in which you could play as Sonic, Tails, Amy, or Eggman. And I'm going to leave you in this video with a little footage of me playing as Tails in Sonic Drift. It's a very basic 8-bit racer, a lot like some of the other 8-bit racers that I played, but I don't feel it's as good as some of the other racing games out there like Mario Kart and stuff. But it does have its unique charm, and that's what caused Sega to bring Sonic Drift over to the United States in the form of Sonic Drift 2, which you'll see in a later video, as well as a re-release of this original in Sonic Adventure DX. I'll be covering games in 1995 in the next video. See you then.